The unexamined life is not worth living. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. And Eli, I was not the one that came up with that saying. Actually, it was Socrates. And no, I did not know him personally, but I did know his son. All right. So anyway, today we're going to take, and also in our next video, we're going to take time. We're close to about 250 videos being published. And I thought it would be a good idea to kind of take stock, see where we are in terms of what we're trying to express on this channel. This is a personal development channel, so I'm going to meander a little bit. We're going to go over a bunch of different things, so let's get cracking and let's get going. When individuals identify their purpose in life, incredible things happen and the birth of innovation occurs. So once you identify your particular purpose and you start to focus on that, then you become more creative because the things around you start to relate to that. So concentrate your energies, your thoughts, and your capital in one area. The wise man puts all his eggs in one basket and watches that basket very carefully. All right, what's the difference when one person makes twice as much money as another person? It's not time, because we all have the same amount of time. The difference is value, bringing value to the marketplace. Is it possible for you to double or triple your income? Here's the key. You've got to work on yourself. How do you earn an above average income? By becoming an above average person. Why should somebody pay more money to you if what you can do is the same as everybody else? You know, as far as I'm concerned, a car mechanic to me is a very valuable person because I don't know jack about cars. And every time something happens with your car, it needs this done, needs that done, it breaks down, even getting a flat tire, those types of things really get to me because I'm not that kind of a person. It's not something that I know. It frustrates me. So I appreciate those people, but here's the problem. There's a zillion car mechanics out there. That's why they don't get paid as much as, let's say, a senator, all right, or a technical engineer. The number of people that can perform your skill determines what level you're going to achieve financially in the marketplace. So if you want to be a bigger achiever, if you want to have a higher income, it's essential that you're doing something that few people know how to do, because that makes you more valuable. Hello, Capitalism 101. Now here's something else that's critical. If you have a vision, a dream, a goal, an ambition, the number one key thing is you've got to get to the starting line. Because getting to the starting line and create momentum and forward movement is critical. Motion creates emotion. And emotion creates a burning desire. And a burning desire creates the ultimate partnership. What's the ultimate partnership? It's the one that you are able to achieve with the universal mind, where because you have a particular focus, remember the universal mind, the infinite mind, wants to help you achieve your goal. Good or bad, evil or good. It doesn't matter. When it's a law of nature. When you send out that vibe, the universal mind will help you. But you've got to have that singleness of purpose. That's the ultimate partnership. And the way to achieve that ultimate partnership is that singleness of purpose. All right, let's talk about some things in life. Recognize that there will always be a winter, a spring, a summer, and a fall season. Nature has given us this clue. So what does it mean? It means that there's always going to be difficult, challenging times. That's what it means. Do I have to tell you that now during a pandemic? The forecast will include cold circumstances to overcome. It'll require planning to overcome the shorter periods of daylight of winter. These are the economic winters. There are social winters. There are personal winters. And they happen to everybody. So, understand that life is not going to be one big sweet dream for you, that there's going to be challenges that are going to come, some of your own making, some of the circumstances around you. I mean, I didn't plan on having a pandemic, and I'm sure you didn't either. But you have to recognize that with it, from every winter, there's also going to be a spring and a summer, and there's going to be a season to harvest. So, make the most of the scenarios that you're in, stop whining and complaining, and start looking to see how you can make the scenario better. And one of the key things to doing that is to get out of your comfort zone. People tend to develop a particular routine, and sometimes that routine can be very forward moving. Other times though, what that does is it keeps people in place. It's like handcuffs. It's like, you know, trying to walk and you're carrying baggage. Make sure that your routine is a positive one. Make sure that your routine has wheels on it so that it makes you forward. And the things that you want to do when you get out of your comfort zone now, you know, everyone says, get out of your comfort zone, all right? Let's go over the how to get over your comfort zone. The way you get out of your comfort zone is a little bit at a time. What you do is you chunk down your objectives so that they're difficult, but they remain achievable in your mind. Now, as an example, let's use Eli as an example. Let's say Eli wanted to be an NBA basketball player. All right? He's 15 years old, entering high school. So, you know, he wants to be an NBA basketball player. Now, his first thought is not going to be, boy, I can't wait to, you know, get to the Boston Celtics, get to Boston Garden, get in there and throw up my warm-up. And that's not going to happen. However, if he gets into the gym and he shoots and he runs and he lifts weights and he does those things, the little chunk things, they're difficult to do. It's difficult to maintain that discipline. I went through that myself. I wanted to be an NBA player. Unfortunately, several other people said sorry, okay, including the Infinite Mind. But the point is, when you chunk things down to their smallest components, that's how you achieve. And what happens when you do that and when you do achieve them and you can see it happening, it elevates you. Now, this requires maximum effort and focus on that individual objective. But here's the payoff. Here's the payback. You achieve what's called the flow state. And the flow state is when you are your most productive self. It inspires and drives you to see more, to do more, and to achieve more. The flow state is what you want to get. And you get that by, let's using our basketball example, you're shooting, you're missing, and then all of a sudden you get the rhythm, and you're getting the rhythm, and you're getting the rhythm. And once you get into that rhythm, then you can't miss. And you're in the flow state. And this applies to everything that you do in life. So, you know, repetition, get yourself in, you know, into that flow state. But most people, what they do is they stop short of having the right focus and the right repetition on the things that they want to accomplish before they get into that flow state. That's why very few people do. But once you get into it, I'm sure at one time in your life, you're doing something and it's like, wow, this is really working, this is really working, this is really working. Go back and think about how you achieved that. Go back and think about how that felt. Go back and think about how you want to achieve that once again. Now, the real difference between goal setting and dreaming is the power of actions and the reactions that come from them. Many people could argue that setting high goals for yourself is the same as somebody else's dreaming. When you dream about an accomplishment, rather than aspire to work towards it, It's because of the lack of confidence in yourself and your inability to reach it. You therefore simply envision a dream of possibilities. Your vision of yourself and your abilities certainly make you feel like it's unreachable, and therefore makes you take no action towards it. And it remains a dream. So once again, chunk things down into difficult yet achievable objectives that will move you forward. Now, new innovations entered the market, changing the playing field and the rules, but not the market itself. Let me give you an example. Let's use this pandemic, right? Many people don't want to go to the grocery store. They want to minimize whatever contact they have. The grocery store still wants to maintain business. People still need to have food. Somebody came up with the idea of, tell you what, let's get on the computer, order what you want to get, we'll deliver it, we'll put it right outside your door, you can give us your card number, and you get the food, we get the money, everybody's in business. Changing the playing field, changing the rules, but not changing the market itself. That's what you call innovation and progression. And with each change comes opportunity. Right now, given the state of society, we are in a most opportunistic time. But you've got to look at things carefully. You've got to see what the market wants, and you've got to figure out a new way to get that done, or tweak the way that it's getting done so that it gets done better. Another example, there used to be a zillion video stores on every single corner. Now people just get on the computer, they go to Netflix or whatever platform they can to download movies. The market remained the same. What people wanted was the same. The method became different. Innovation and progression. To identify such opportunity, you must not only understand what these systems are, but also recognize how they function so that ultimately you can gauge where you can fit into the mix. In order to do that, you've got to increase your awareness to your surroundings and not just whine about it, but recognize that from every challenge also a new opportunity surfaces. And the person with the most creativity is the one that's going to take advantage of that particular issue. Focus on the final outcome, send off the vibe into the universe, receive information back from the infinite mind, from circumstances, take the puzzle pieces, put them together, come up with a plan. When you think of education, you must think of information gained rather than formal school-based programs. Curiosity feeds the need for answers. Our minds naturally seek answers to eliminate fear. Doubt is another way of saying you're afraid of making the wrong decision or afraid of what may happen as a result. Investigation is needed to make you feel empowered to remove an unknown element. This unknown element is the genesis of fear. So when there's something that you don't know, when you feel uncomfortable, like when I open up the hood of my car and I take a look and I see steam coming out, there's fear. Why? I don't know what to do. I have no idea. So what do? I reach in my pocket, I call the people that come and help with those things, that tow it or come out and fix it. So that's how I've overcome that fear. So there's different ways to do that. But one of the things you have to understand is that education equals information. So what I've learned is, hey, I don't need to know everything about the car, but what I do need to have is the phone number of the person that does have it. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to stop right here, and next time we get together we're going to continue with reflecting on some of the things that we've gone over in these 250 videos or so that we've published. So let's never end a meeting on a philosophical note. Let's all get out there and charge! I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm Eli's dad.